Now that we've done the data vault accelerator and built our data vault out, as you can see here, we have all of our links and all of our point in time bridge tables here and all of our point satellite tables here. We want to go ahead and start building some point in time tables and bridge tables to help us with the performance constructs to build out our data mart. So let me show you how easy it is to do that in BimlFlex. So again, I'll head over to the projects and I'll head over to my data vault projects, and effectively all of these actions are done on the hubs. So I'll start with a very basic one, a simple one. The first one, actually, the first one here is the customer. It's probably going to be the more complex one. And I'll do a point in time table here. And when you do a point in time table, you have the option here to choose the satellites that you want. So in this case here, I'm going to leave this one out and I'm going to grab those three. So I'm going to create a point in time table across 3 satellites and not all the satellites here. Actual fact is I'm going to leave out the passwords. Okay, so let's just say I want only those 2 there. You can give the point in time table a name. It defaults to the same name as the hub, but replacing the hub underscore with a pit underscore. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. So that is now going to create the metadata structures for me to create a point in time table. What it's done, it's gone ahead and created a custom attributes. We handle that through custom attributes here, but you don't have to worry about it. You can just interact with it over here. So I'll go back to columns. So I'm going to do the same on the hub address. I'm just going to create point in time table, select the satellite. If you don't select the satellite, the default is it'll take the hub and all the satellites attached to the hub. You have to be careful there though, because if you add more and more satellites to the hub, it'll just start bringing those in also. So I'm going to go okay. Customer address I'm going to leave alone, not going to worry about that for now. Actually, yeah, let's just do that. I'm just going to add it in on all of these, just to show you that we may or may not use them. All right, so I've gone ahead and created a point in time table across all of these, just to be, to speed things up. I have a point in time table on every single one of these. If you look at that, with all of their satellites, the only one that's different is the customer. I've only got the 2 satellites on there, but the rest of it only has 1 satellite. So we've got all the point in time tables that we want, and now it's time to go and have a look at bridge tables here. So I'm going to start at the bottom here. Now, when you create bridge tables, it's very important to understand the context of grain. So, the bridge table is at the grain of the table. So if you have a sales order line, if we create a bridge table on sales order here, we really do not want to include the sales order line stuff here. So we want to grab this guy here, this link over here, the sales order, and its hubs, because we're going to create another bridge between sales order line going back to sales order. So do not include the sales order line, because that'll change the grain of the sales order. So I'm going to call bridge sales order here, and then I'm going to go ahead and create the sales order line and create a bridge there again. Okay, so we will use these 2 bridges to connect to each other. At the moment, BimlFlex only supports a primary hub and its links connected to it, and then going to those hubs there. And then I'm going to create one more bridge here on the product, and in here I'm actually going to go and grab those 2 again because of the grain here. Now, easy way to, if you're doing BimlFlex, easy way to know is normally the hub. If you've created if you're not renamed the links or create unit of works, it's normally the first part of the link gives you an idea of the grain. So you can see here I'm shifting across, so I'm not going to include that into this. So I'm just going to create a bridge over those. So what we've done there is we've created point in time tables across all of our hubs, and we've added bridge tables of the sales order line, and product. So now that we've added all of those point in time tables, it's time to go and build them out. So let me go over here again to Biml Studio, open my project up, and hit the refresh metadata. And as the metadata comes in, as you'll see here, you'll see these bridges coming in. So I've got those 3 bridge tables as I've discussed, and I have all my point in time tables, noting that on the customer, I'll only have these 2 customers here, right? So now that I have that, I can go ahead and build this out again. So again, I'm going to do this manually. First thing here is I'm going to do the create table script again to get all the tables. So effectively follow the same process here of creating the tables first and then doing the scripts. So as you know already, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and then do all the scripts. So I'm not going to go and record this again. So what we're going to do, as I said, is I'm not going to show you all of this, but we're going to go grab the default insert script, the stored procedure script there. But lastly, what we're really interested in at the moment is this business vaults procedure script here. And this script will have all of the data of all of the code needed to create those point in time and breach tables, or actually not the code that actually is going to execute that. So again, we go ahead here and we run that in. And what you'll see in your project here is, if we just go and have a look at the BFX RTV database here, we'll see all of the tables there that we can now use to start modeling our data mart. And in the stored procedures here, we will have all of the code, the stored procedures that's going to be used to load both our data vault and then our breach tables and then our point in time tables.